Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest instantly, and I mean instantly, became one of our favorites the last time she came on our show. And she's here to talk about what to look for when shopping for budget-friendly plants. From the Plant Penthouse, welcome back, Shayla Owodunni. Hi, Shayla.
Hi. How are you?
Good. I really mean that. I always try to start off with a compliment. You know, when you were on the show, the minute your interview was over, I looked at our executive producer and our producer, Ted and Jeff, and I said, she is a star, and we loved you. So I'm so glad you're a new friend of ours.
Thank you. The love is mutual, and happy 6th season.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we're all trying to save some money lately. We're all trying to. Let's talk budget-friendly plants. There are 4 plants, right, that we're going to focus on.
Yes, there are. And it's actually really timely we're talking about this because I learned it's secondhand September. And much like shopping secondhand, what we're talking about today it's much like showing up for an estate sale or even at your local thrift shop. You got to expect the unexpected and you might leave empty-handed, but I promise that heart rate goes up when you find a deal.
Okay, so the first one, what's the first one? Raven?
Yeah, so this is a Raven ZZ, which I was hyperventilating when I saw this one. You can find really exotic plants at your local grocery store. This one I found at Cub Foods. And the crazy thing about Raven ZZs is they start out like a light green and then the leaves change to a purple black tone, which makes it really unique. And they were hard to find for a while. And in fact, just a couple months ago on Etsy, they were going for upwards of $95. And I picked this one up for $15.
Wait. They normally go for $95, Shayla?
Isn't that crazy? I mean, right now, it's all dependent on the time of year. If you look right now, they're around $37, $38 for a Raven ZZ this size. But during the winter, yeah, $95 on Etsy.
Do they sprout babies? I mean, what do they do?
Do they grow gold? I also want to know. But,
yeah.
No, they're just, when popular plants build up and kind of that energy goes around them, then the price shoots up with it.
Bird of paradise.
Yes, as you can see, I have a couple in my background. I love birds of paradise, and normally I pick these up at local plant shops just because when you go to a local plant shop, you know that they have the expertise and care around it. But hey, big box retailers also carry these from time to time, and I found a bird of paradise at Walmart, of all places, for $23. In perspective to if I were to find this anywhere else, a typical range is around $120.
Oh my goodness. Hawaiian, is it pathos?
Yeah, Hawaiian. I say pothos, pothos, kind of like a potato. I make up names for plants too, so I can't hold me to it. But yeah, this Hawaiian pothos, I found this one at a grocery store. They were having a deal, 2 for $15 for these. And I'm 6 feet and it hit me at about my waist. So it was a very large plant and it just adds so much vibrancy for a really low price.
Okay, I'm looking, are the leaves, or is it the perspective, are the leaves as big as they look in this?
Yes, the leaves are huge. I mean, they are, I'd say like 2 face sizes of me. I mean, they're just gigantic. And the crazy thing about it is pothos are very normally small plants, but the Hawaiian pothos, when they get that big, the leaves actually start to split, similar to a Monstera deliciosa plant. So it's really cool to see varieties that you can find, again, in unexpected places.
Shayla, do you have a few plants under $5, I heard?
Yes, I do. So again, I think the low plants, especially when they're under $5, it's a great opportunity to test out new plants or maybe plants you're not sure about. And again, for under $5, I always pick up a few when I see this. And it's just a great way to add accents and accentuate existing decor in your home.
Okay, so now we have the plants we're going to buy, but there's always maintenance with a living thing. And it's important to remind people to check for pests, right?
Yes, 100%, especially when you are finding plants in places that aren't your local greenhouse or popular plant shop. You're going to have to do some of the work yourself. And so one of the first tips I always say is look at the leaves, look at the foliage. For example, if you see yellowing or browning, that's always an indicator that the plant may be unhealthy and you may want to look for another. Another thing, the second thing that I always look for is the soil, which I'll tell you why in a little bit, but you always want to avoid and prevent pests when you can. And so taking a chance to look closely at the soil is an easy way to look for spider mites or gnats or just little mealybugs, different things that you may not see from afar. So get up close and take a look at that soil. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, sweetie. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and then the final tip is just around, if you're able to, some of these plants get heavy, but definitely check the roots. You want to look for, ideally in healthy plants, they should be, the roots should be white or tan in color, but also if it's unhealthy, you may see some browning or some crispy crisps underneath, and we want to try to avoid those if we can.
Absolutely. Shayla, thank you for being on our season premiere, and come back soon, will ya?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. Shayla, everybody. Go to theplantpenthouse.com for more, or follow her on Instagram to search for The Plant Penthouse. Love her.